What's going on, Fafo Nation? I am your host, Andrew Herman. I am enjoying this beautiful day in Colorado, and it's a little cold, but I did ride the Harley a little bit. Had to go pick up a child from school. Wasn't feeling great, so I ran into town and did that. Well, this is just going to be a little test with my iPhone. I have recorded a few videos, but I used on an old camcorder. I think that it was a 2017 model. But it's a 4K, and I discovered that I have the camera far too close. And it is what it is. No big deal. But I'm just trying this out, see how I like it. Been editing a lot this morning. Every time I seem to be getting in a rhythm, something else comes up. I have to go get a kid, phone calls, family stuff. It is what it is. It happens that way when you have 7 kids living at one house, and it is not a big house. It's a very small house. It's a good time. We're trying to make the best of it. Wanted to hop on here and kind of give my input into some of the wacky shit that I've seen today. Actually, since last night, all sorts of crazy theories about the Charlie Kirk murder or assassination. It's weird. Don't get me wrong. There's some weird stuff going on with it, but this 2 and 3 shooters kind of stuff, I don't know that I buy that. I understand Charlie was a bigger influence in the magosphere, I guess is what you'd call that. I mean, it's cool. I mean, he can be martyred, and people not feel bad about it. That's kind of out there. Really, what I want to talk about is that I'm now up to 4 separate theories that I've heard, and it's kind of weird, but I mean, you do you. Again, I've looked at this. There are weird things. The round did not go through very soft tissue and bone, and it stayed in his body. Apparently, that doesn't make sense to me. Especially from 142 yards. I can make that shot pretty easily. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to go out there and get my little Savage, 30-06, and see if I can recreate that shot. I know I can. That's the problem, is I know I can. But the round is definitely not going to stay in whatever I'm shooting. Outside of that, outside of that right there being a big weird thing, it's kind of like a non-starter. I know that I could shoot a pork butt, and that's a shoulder, and that 30-06 is going straight through it, easily. As a matter of fact, very, very easily. Couple of the other weirder things is shooters from several weird angles. That doesn't track, but whatever. There are a few things I will say is that from where this individual took a shot, it was kind of a dumb place. I don't know that there's. I know that there's an actual conspiracy into that murder. I think they're up to 30 individuals now. But yeah, whatever. Weirdos are gonna weird. I don't have anything. I don't have anything nice to say about it, really. Um, these people felt that it was okay to end somebody's life very publicly, right in front of their family. Um, man, world's gotten to be a weird place. I've noticed I've been following this way closer than I probably should, just because we're now not paying attention to other things like uh, the drug running cartels and whatnot. That's we're not paying as close of attention to that. And was it a week and a half, 2 weeks ago now that they sank a boat running drugs. At any rate, there is a great deal of strangeness afoot. I would venture to say that most people, I mean, looking at evidence that I've looked at, are probably thinking the same thing I am. It's weird. I don't know what to say about it. I don't know how to put that into a nice little tidy box. The way that the round went in, to me, it kind of looks like the round wobbled and just keyholed and made it a weird situation. Outside of that, in one of my previous videos, I went a little further into like ballistics and things like that. But bullets do weird stuff all the time. So I don't know, one way or the other, if there was multiple shooters. I couldn't tell you. One, I wasn't there. Two, the way that if there was two shooters, let's just do that. If there were two shooters, they would have to be incredibly synced to have one round, one crack of one supersonic crack. I don't buy it. I don't see it. Could that kid have just been up there because he was told by somebody to be up there? Maybe. And that shot came from somewhere else. Maybe. Do I necessarily believe that? No. Again, I think this was a very sick kid. And I call him a kid. He's 20, 22. I'm 42, so, there's a bit of a gap. But really, that's kind of some of the weirder stuff that's going on. My biggest thing with all the weirdness afoot is nobody's really talking about anything else that's happening in the world. Well, and a lot of that has to do with all of the weird things that are coming from people saying outlandish, ridiculous things. Jimmy Kimmel, for example. Then you got the whole. I don't even know what it. Yeah, it's Hassan Piker and his orbiters, and Destiny. What is that guy about? I have noticed that if you are forcing that guy to stay on task, he doesn't seem as smart as he is. But his ability to redirect and just not stay on topic is astoundingly good. Outside of that, he's just kind of a tard. Um, I, I don't know any other way to express that. He's just it's weird. He's weird. He's a weird dude. Um, you know, apparently he has a CP on his drives and whatnot. Um, I've watched a lot of Nux Taku and yeah, more Pegasus and Tectone and um, yeah, these guys are. There's some of these guys out there that are just really just crazy. They say weird things. I don't. I don't really think that people understand how things work. To be 100% honest, um, if you are gonna say some crazy stuff, maybe you should really not be a public figure. But I mean, it is what it is. I have to admit that I've said some weird stuff off the cuff too. Yeah, but we're all people. We all make mistakes. Sometimes I misspeak. And one of the videos I watched that I was editing earlier, I watched myself say something I did not mean. Um, I left out a word, but I'm dyslexic and ADHD, and sometimes with my ADHD, I will speak faster than my mouth works. I'm sorry, I'll think faster than my mouth works. See, just like that. That right there. How it is what it is, though. We got people being weird, always. I don't think there's really much of a way to get around that. Um, I feel like that in this day and age, most people are listening to one media source or another and taking it at gospel and doing very little research, if any at all. That is a weird thing to have to like. Okay, how did you come to that conclusion? Did you think of this on your own, or was this just something you heard from somebody else and you didn't do any like real thinking on it? You just heard it and you regurgitated. What was it? The Hassan Piker and Orbit that have said some outlandish things recently. I can't imagine how that anybody ever can look at Hassan Piker and take that dude seriously. He's what is he? I think he's my age. I don't know. I think he's late 30s, early 40s, something like that. But this dude plays video games. That's all he does. Plays video games. Put some hilariously inappropriate things on the internet, like terrorist propaganda, and he calls them musicals or music videos, whatever. No, dude, that's straight up terrorist propaganda. It's like recruitment videos. The one of them that I remember I actually did watch. And it was about the Houthis and how that they're very musical people. And then he played a propaganda video. Wow. He also had a Houthi pirate on his stream. He knew he was a Houthi pirate beforehand, and then he's like, "Oh no, he's just a Yemeni kid." No, dipshit. That is not the way that works. You can't, explicitly say you're going to have a Houthi rebel or pirate, whatever it was you said, and then try to backtrack and say, "Oh, he's just a kid from Yemen. Yemen. He's just a Yemeni kid." That's no, no. That's a no. You're an adult. You should know better. I don't know. That might be giving him a lot of credit, saying he's an adult. Nepo baby and whatnot. His father's a really rich Turkish dude, apparently. I don't know. I know his uncle's Cenk Uygur. I don't know how. If that's the right way to say that name, I hope so. Cenk Uygur. Cenk said some wild shit too. Bestiality should be okay as long as you're pleasuring the animal. That's a little weird, dude. Oh, whacking my mic here. Hope that's not too much of an issue later. No, but Cenk Uygur said some weird stuff too. I just like, all right, that's awkward. For the most part, just a lot of weird things going on. I hope you guys will post some questions on whatever platform. I am hoping to eventually live stream a little bit. That way I can interact with you guys and you can let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. I'm just learning editing, so be gentle. Recording, I could do that. I had a TikTok page for a while and I did all right. But for the most part, I just wanted to hop on here and say there's weird stuff going on. People are being weird. People do weird shit. It's just awkward. They say weird shit too. I just want to. I hope everybody is doing, well out there in their everyday life, living the way that they're supposed to live or want to live, and I'm trying out some new outros. So last time I said you can't drink all day unless you start drinking in the morning. So I'm going to do something different than that. I think I'm going to go with if you can't be good at it. So